This one's going to get you. This one, you're running late already. I don't see anybody talking yet, so I'm moving around on here, but I don't see anybody popping up. This is looking for live YouTube videos.
Oh, here they are. Oh, hi everybody. Sorry for
There they are. Okay, good. Glad it's working, because I was getting worried, and I'm like, oh, rats. Why? Right? You ever say that? Why? Why me? Why not me? Everybody has a problem sometime, don't they? Yeah, they do. Okay, so this week I said that I would do a little refresher on beading these Haskell style leaves. And they're, of course, not exactly like Haskell, but they're my form of it. It works. You know, I don't know if I ever showed you before. I brought my box out here so I could. Just a real quick little thing. This is a really huge piece of Stanley Hagler that I have. It's from the 60s. Stanley Hagler worked in the style of Miriam Haskell, but he was not a designer there. He worked in the mailroom for a while, but he did not work as a designer. So this is something that he and his assistants made, and the technique is pretty much the same. And you get a little bit of green stuff going on as time goes by because they did not use plated wire and they used raw brass. Big mistake. Don't do that. But anyway, it's just a real big layered piece. And I don't know if it's a flower basket or what. This customer I had who collected a lot of high-end jewelry, she said that she never wore this, so she gave it to me. And I was happy to have it for an example, you know, just to look at. But this top piece doesn't even really look like it's plated. It's just I don't know. But anyway, that's not the point. You can see how they took the spokes, you know, they took a little flower and they went, you know, vertically and did the spokes. And each piece that you do, each piece that you decide to do is going to be different. And we're working on today.
Hello, Darcy.
Hey, Darcy. We're working on this kind of a leaf. I call them caging leaves. If you guys worked with me on this stuff before, we had it live actually here in Ohio one year. If you work with me on this stuff before, you'll recognize these, but these are by no means the only piece you could ever, you know, bead onto. I mean, it's unlimited. You just got to figure it out. So there's really no right way, wrong way. You know, it's just a way, you know, that you could do it. Now this is Haskell. If you guys have taken my classes before, you've seen this. This is Haskell, and they used in this one. They used the square cut seed beads on this one, which I don't have any of those. You can get them though. And the brass should be Haskell Russian gold, but it's got tarnish on it.
Somebody from Slovakia.
Who's that? Somebody from Slovakia?
Slovakia. Sorry.
Oh, sending you our love too, Petra. Petra,
Hi.
so glad you found us. It's so nice of you to come. Please come again. So anyway, there's like little flowers on here and the square cut seed beads and all that. You can see how they went across. They went across horizontally on the leaf, not straight up and down, went across. But on these, they may have gone up and down. I can't tell because I can't move the piece. I don't want to damage it, you know. So I can't really see. If I could see the back, I'd be able to tell. But anyway, whatever works is fine. And so for me, this kind of beading has always been kind of trial and error, you know. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, I'm so glad you found us today. That's great. What a treat. What a treat to have you with us. Now, you know, I usually preface this sort of a class by telling you that I love beads. Me likey me beads. However, I have never considered myself really to be a beader. I don't do fancy stuff. I don't do, you know, peyote stitch and linear weave and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I don't do the the check beads that they have now, the little pattern beads, little shaped like a diamond or triangle or ginkgo leaf or whatever. I don't do that. I would love to, but I can't read a beading pattern to save my life. You have to show me. I'm very, very, very visual. I sat there with Beadwork magazine and just poured over it, and I don't get it. I'm sure somebody showed me, I'd be fine. But you know what? It's okay because I don't care that much, I'd like to be able to do a little something to say I did. And maybe one day I will get to that point. I need to just find some videos and let somebody show me, or take a class maybe. But the Haskell type beading is really a lot of trial and error. People love it because it's quaint, it's vintage style, it's worth a lot of money. I went yesterday and looked through Pinterest at some stuff, and I could not believe the money they were asking for Haskell. I mean, back in my day, it was expensive. If you found a parure, it was $600-800. Now it's like over $2,000, and really the ones I saw were nice, but they weren't all that. And I'm like, what's up with this? You can learn to do this. The parts are still made by and large, and we have our 22 karat semi-matte gold dip with cinnamon antique, which is a big long word basically for Russian gold plate. And I hadn't been calling it that for a while because, as I explained the other day, I tried for so long to get that finish just right. It looked like Haskell. You could throw a piece of mine into a big bunch of Haskells. I have real Haskell parts, a collection of them. And you had a hard time telling which was which. So it was going to have a problem with that, but it was the problem was getting the artisan plater to be consistent. And so I went back and forth. So finally, I think we have the answer. So we have it back, and it's better than ever. When it came in last week, and I started looking through it, I'm like, this stuff is just so gorgeous. When we had it before, it was a 18 karat matte, and it had that same color of the light cinnamon over it. And it was good, but it didn't look like this. This is much richer. I keep telling him light cinnamon. I don't want a lot, just some. And he's been doing, pretty good. So anyway, that's, it all starts with that kind of brass. It could be filigree, it could be these leaves, it could be any number of things. Like, for example, I got this little heart out. These just came in the Russian gold plate. One of the ways you can tell, too, is, okay, I'm going to show you this, because people say, well, what's the difference between the raw brass and the Russian gold plate? I can't tell. Really easy. Flip it over and look carefully. I don't know if you can see on here, Javi had to step away from it so she can't zoom on. I don't know how to do it. But there's that light cinnamon antique has gathered a little bit on the back, and you can see it in the cracks. It's very plain. You don't need a microscope. You'll see it. So if you're not sure if you have raw brass or if you have the RGP stuff, all you have to do is flip it over, and you'll be able to see the residue of the cinnamon on the back. It shows on the front too, but it's really obvious on the backs, but not in a bad way. So anyway, I thought maybe what we'd do today is we just work with this little caging leaf. And I'll show you what I did. I did these yesterday afternoon, working on this to try and get it pulled together. Let me put this guy away. Try to get it pulled together a little bit for you so that you can see, what is she talking about? Well, I'm talking about these leaves being beaded. And when they're done, they will look kind of sort of like this. Now, these are layered. So they're not just your flat, go straight across the leaf and fill it. This has got little swag layers over the top too. And one of the reasons I did that is because I also wanted to put at the top, if you can see here, let me get my little pointer thing out here. There we go. You can see here, I made a little loop with the beads. Can you see that? Rain-soaked. Oh, Ginger's here from rain-soaked Missouri. I had to look just for a minute. Haskell necklace got from my great-grandma when I was 16. Fun to try. Yeah, it is fun to try it. Very fun to try. Anyway, I made a loop of 5 of these little beads on the wire, and I made the loop, and then I just swagged them around to give some dimension to it. Because my view of these when I made them was I wanted to put them on a piece of chain. Now here's a piece. This is Haskell chain that I saved as a scrap. They love to use this scroll chain a lot. My view was I wanted to kind of make a tassel type thing, like so that I would have one coming this way, one coming this way, one coming this way, hanging down. And just put that underneath so you can maybe get an idea. Have it coming out, and like up here I have this and have this. Graduate up to the pink. This actually reminds me of some that I did for a challenge that we had a few years ago, and I have trouble sometimes finding the pictures for it. I have to go back through my blog posts to find them. I have to capture them, put them in my hard drive, but they were some of the best ones I think I'd ever done. But this was my view. That's why I made them this way. I want them to be on a drop or a lariat or something like that. So I'll probably continue to work at them and see what I can do. Okay? So, let's see if anybody else says anything first. Okay. So.
Hello, Andrea.
Yep. Oh, Andrea's here too. I can't see. Says Javi usually looks over there.
Sorry, I was.
Can you turn it a little bit my way?
Yeah.
Then I can see, and you can keep an eye on it, and then I can keep it.
So how's everybody doing here? Oh,
well, they're
something.
coming from rain-soaked. Poor Ginger's in rain-soaked Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
Hope you're inside, Ginger.
Well, I heard Texas had like high winds and 10,000 people lost power.
No kidding, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know about this cyclone thing they had in California, or
really?
What was it called? It's not called a virtual river. Some kind of river. It's in the atmospheric river. That's what they call it. I guess there was so much humidity. It was almost like a river. I don't know. I have to look it up. If anybody knows what that is, tell me. But anyway, so getting back to this, though, I think we'll do a few of these. And I still, my style is not perfect. I can get the straight going across stuff pretty good, so I'm sure you will too. I just try to add this extra thing to it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What millimeter beads did you use?
Okay, I'm going to show you different types. I've got different ones laying here, okay?
Okay.
Now, these are just your typical little, I think these are, what's the smallest size Toho? I think 11, is it? Somebody who beads a lot prompt me. The 11s. I think these are itty bitty. Can you see? I don't know if you can.
I was thinking that's 2 millimeters.
No. Well, I don't know. I don't have my thing over here, but it might be. It might be.
Looks like a 2 millimeter.
Might be.
Like, what's it called?
Because I got 6s. I got 8s and I got 6s, and I know 6s tend to be like a little bit over 4. So, and bomb cyclone, that's it.
It doesn't say in the package.
11. Just says they're 11s.
That doesn't mean anything.
So I didn't bring my thing over, but it does look like about 2.
2 millimeters.
They're really petite, though.
They're really tiny seed beads.
Can you see it? Itty bitty on the end of that.
Toho has
11s.
15.
15?
Ginger said.
They have a 15, but these were 11, so maybe they're not Tohos, but that's what they were sold to me as Tohos. Anywho, they're little ones. Get the little ones. And these are like in a pearly cream color, so they will work really good for this, okay? Now, these guys are a little bigger. And these are Czech. Toho's Japanese, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know.
And these are a little bit bigger. I enjoyed working with these. These were easy. And I really don't think those will be too hard either. But then we had these. Now these are quite wonderful because they're legit Haskell pearls.
You might have to bring them up a little bit.
Okay. There they go.
There we go.
They are legit Haskell pearls. Let me take a few off the strand. They're 3 millimeter, that I could tell you. 3.5. And they're, of course, made in Japan. These are old ones that somebody gave me. But they're on a double string, which makes it tougher to work with. So if you get beads like this and you want to cage them, and they're on a double string, this is what I do. I have a lot of tail on this. and then I pull it out, and then I go in between the two. Let me use this. I go in between the two strands, and I pull one out and hope for the best so that I don't lose them all off the end, which won't be the end of the world. But yesterday it was working so good. Maybe I just do it gently this way. See which one's moving. Okay, it's the long one that's moving. Okay, let's just go for it.
So you just take one string out?
Remove it, yeah.
Okay.
Because with two in there, you're going to have hard time getting worked.
Oh.
I like to work off the string. Now, these, of course, are loose. They won't be that bad. I'm using 28 gauge gold-plated wire. Always use plated wire when you do this. That's why you see so much of that verdigris in the old stuff.
Oh.
And what I do is I just take this like it's a needle, and I just go down in there and pick them up.
Kelly said she loves the colors.
Yeah, they're pretty, aren't they?
Yeah,
these aren't
really
too
nice
bad.
colors.
This isn't too bad to do these little ones. And these ones here were easy peasy. These are a pain in the height. These ones right here. Because the way they make the Japanese pearls is you'll see the hole plainly on one end, which it is right here. And I gotta fight. I like to work off the string because it's just easier to work on them that way. Come on, you. Once you get it started, it's not too bad. But the hole's real plain on one end. The other one, it kind of a knocker, N-A-C-R-E, knocker. They make it out of fish scales. It's so thick on the end here from being on the cord that you have to fight it. Okay, that went through. So that's on. Okay, but what I would rather do is get this going here like this and get them all on there. Get several at a time.
You have to force it.
Once I get working with it. Now, once in a while it works out good, and most of the time it don't. So it makes everything I want to do with them take longer. But they are so beautiful that maybe they're worth it to you. And I always say that the more you work with something and you go along with it, the more you discover about it. Just yesterday, I spent the afternoon messing around with this stuff. And I just taught myself all kinds of little things. I reminded myself of things I had forgotten, But the luster on these is just so wonderful. So beautiful and wonderful. So I have some on order because I can still have them made. And the thing is, and I just found that out too, that's news. I found the company that I guess you call it second generation. They're not the original company that made them for Haskell. The original company that made them for Haskell was called Nicky Pearl. They went out of business, so this other company picked it up. And they don't make a lot of them, so if you want some, they have to make them for you. You have to wait. But they're really wonderful. And the one thing about a Haskell pearl, let me show you this up here too. You won't have it every time, but on the rounder ones, you'll see it. These are real Haskell pearls.
Continue.
Just continue. It looked like we were getting signed off there. Okay, so they call them round baroque, okay? And there they are, but they're kind of squared off on the ends here. Almost like somebody made a big long roll and then just kind of chopped it off. I don't know that that's what they do, but I can tell you that every last one of these pearls on this tiny little strand here was made by hand. They're all made by hand. So to me, the fact that, I was able to find a source, and I found it through Mr. Bernie, actually. And he never used them, but he helped me kind of reason where would I find it, if I would find it.
Oh, 28 gauge.
And gave me some old sample boards, and so I just went on my wild goose chase, trying to find somebody that could do this. And I did, so they're on order, and I'm going to get the little ones because we want to do this kind of stuff. I am not in love with the little ones, but if you want to do this kind of stuff, you got to get these. And they don't make them smaller than this, at least not that I've been able to tell yet. So anyway, they're a pain. And that's all I got to say about that. So I will not be using them right now. But I did want you to be aware of them and see what they look like, okay? So, anywho, so I'm going to take these two off.
Somebody had a question. What gauge is the wire?
It's 28.
28.
28 gauge gold-plated wire. Okay? And I haven't found that one wire brand is better than another. If you have, then you do that. I haven't. Okay, so where I start is here. I start at the end. If you get to working with this and you say, no, I don't like the end, I'm not starting there, then don't. And that's all I got to say about that. So I'm going to take this on halfway up, or just about halfway up. And how long is this? This is probably 2 foot of wire. It's probably way too much. But I would rather have way too much than not have enough. Beat back through this and then try to piggyback it on. You know, you can, but it's a pain. And I have done it, but I'd rather not. So I work with it long. If you don't like that, then work with it short and piggyback it, which means you have to start a new wire. In a nutshell, it means you have to start a new wire. And you have to attach it, and I'm not going to show you how to do that today because there just ain't enough time. But another time, maybe. Okay. I'm using my scissors to cut that off, and I will just say, like, you know how they say don't try that at home? You can do it, but that's a way to run your scissors, but I did it because those are so super sharp. Okay, so I'm going to take about halfway through, and then I'm going to come up through the hole that's adjacent on the other side. Now here's where it gets a little funky. When you pull this up to go through, I like to stick my finger in there to help keep it from kinking up. That doesn't mean it won't. Hey, Michelle.
Hello.
It doesn't mean it won't kink up. It just helps you so possibly it won't. And then when you get closer to it, just kind of guide it. And looks like I'm going to be okay this time. But you do want to get it pulled up tight, okay? So there's the back. And I didn't show you the backs of these. I should have. They're a mess. They're a mess. And you know what? They all are. If you look at the Haskell stuff or the Hagler stuff, anything like this is cage. You look at the backs, they're all like this. And I don't know about you, but to me, that's not highly acceptable. It's the way it is. So that's why I say if you're doing a filigree, we have a builder and a backer, which means you have the top piece, and that's where you wire onto it. You do your design. When you're done, the backer goes on to the back, and you wire it on very carefully. And then it hides all that. And you need to have 2 pieces of dapped filigree, which is what I sell the most of. And that means it's bumped up a little bit. So then that way when you do your wiring, it's to the inside, you wire on that back piece, it gives you a little room in there so you're not smashing it. You've got room for all your crazy little wires going everywhere. Hey, Demetria Davis Boyd, $5 from Demetria. Are you going to give me $5?
She already did.
Oh, that's what that is.
Hello.
Oh, thanks. So she gave me a tip. Well, thank you, honey.
That's
but
so nice
that is really sweet, but we don't expect it.
Yeah.
But that is very, very sweet.
That was nice of
you. You know, I always just think, I know a lot of people will just say, we were watching, Javi and I watching a competitor's presentation they have on Facebook, and it's a big company, way bigger than ours, and they were asking for tips, and I'm like, really, people? You sell the parts.
Yeah. Should be free.
You know, once in a while, yeah, we do have a paid class because they take a lot of time and effort, but I don't want you to send tips. But that was sweet, Demetria, and I won't demean your sweet gift. I know, that was very sweet of you. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Oh, is our Joanne here?
Yeah.
She says, yeah, you're showing me how to do it. I'm going to show you even more in January because we're going to have, we're going to have a workshop.
Yeah, a workshop. Sweet.
And I don't have it completely planned yet. I got one on here. One of these. I just got to show you what I'm doing before I do it. I'm going to go with 2. I don't have it completely planned yet, but I'm going to try to do it all in one day. Okay? And then maybe what we'll do is we'll have several workshops and then try not to do it, in a great big marathon session of 3 days in a row and all that. You have to do that when you have live in-person ones because people can't be coming back all the time. So I have 2 of these on here, and I'm going to go across and put this down in, okay? So down in it goes. Now here's again, we're going to watch so it doesn't get kinked up. I've got 2 of these little 11s on here. If it was one of the larger ones or one of the Haskell ones, would have been 1. but you gotta have 2 to do the tip. And once you get the tip done, you're in business. All right. I'm in business.
Yeah, you could do that, Debbie.
I could actually had 3 going across. Oh, Debbie's here. I was gonna say, Debbie, where's Debbie? Debbie's always here. Okay, now they got this tip jar thing, you know.
Yeah, they always had it on YouTube. Facebook, I don't know. I think they recently added that there.
Yeah, well,
but you don't have to, guys.
I'll just spend it on coffee anyways. It's a complete waste. Okay, so now I'm going to try 4 across.
But thank
so
you.
I'll pick up 4. Yeah, that's sweet of you, but you don't have to do that.
You can just order from the website. We'll be even more happy.
We're most happy when you come and place an order, because then, you know what? It's win-win. You get something, and I get something. We both get something. And it means that I get to carry on. Because I do have to make my living at this, but thankfully not by tips.
Darcy, it is 28 gauge wire.
It's 28, honey. Okay, so now I've got my next row, and it's a little bit, I don't know, can you see that? It's a little curved.
Go towards that way.
Go towards this way?
Yeah, and then I can zoom in.
She's going to zoom, guys.
Whoa.
I like to kind of curve it a little bit. Now, if you
I see what you're saying.
If you don't like that, then don't do it. However, I should tell you, if you take one off, because you'd have to take one off, and then you go straight across, it looks like all you've done is just cage the inside when you get done. You don't go clear out to the edges like you see here. There's still part of the edge showing. But
you need to show that on camera.
Yeah, but I just like to bend it a little bit, and then it fills it up better. That's what I want to say. It fills it up better. Okay, so now I'm just going to go across with this one, and you can see I'm going back and forth. Okay, so I'm going to go through here.
Hi, Cindy Peterson.
I probably should have gone out the other way. Hey, Cindy, thanks for coming, sweetie. You were there that year. I lost it. No, I didn't.
You're just bumping in all the... You know, you're good.
Good thing these don't cost much, right?
I zoomed in close so they can see the fine.
And if you come to our website, you will very quickly see that BSue does not sell seed beads.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is I always swore I would never do anything with them because I don't like them. I don't have that great of eyesight. I get headaches, the whole 9 yards like that. I need to get some of those really good, Optivisor.
You know what I was thinking? That's great for even the mosaic muses.
Yeah, I do. You guys
that is perfect.
You guys have seen me pick them up and put them on their side into the epoxy sculpt. I've done that. So they have their place, believe me, and there are a lot of people that love them.
Debbie
so all I'm going to do is going up. Yeah, it is.
It's just like sewing.
Debbie, it's like sewing. You're embroidering with wire. And, people get so enamored of this and so awed of it. And like, oh, man, it's so, But you know what? I was looking on Pinterest, and I saw the things that the other people were doing with the shape beads, and they don't even have a filigree on the back, and all this crazy stuff going on. And this is child's play. Let me tell you what. This is absolute child's play compared to that. So, we're not asking you to recreate the earth, moon, and stars like that. It's just have a little patience and work with it, and I think the rewards are there, because I think that when you make things like that, the perceived value goes up, and you will get more for them. Of course, you better, because you're going to spend more time doing it.
Does it get faster when you get used to doing a bunch?
The leaves are pesky, but when you're working out the pattern in the middle, yeah, it does. It's better, especially if you have a pattern in mind. I need another one of these. If you have a pattern in mind already. See, these are smaller than I used yesterday, so these are a little bit strange to me.
Colleen says, I keep an all near when I do this. It helps when the wire starts to kink down near the
got
leaf.
one here, too.
Oh, you know what? That's not a...
I just threw it. And also another thing that helps when you're not working off the string, because these were loose, so I didn't have the opportunity to, is these little fuzzy mats you get. We used to carry them. I got to get some more because they come in here.
Oh, Cindy said, hello. I was there for the workshop. I understand the eye issue with the seed beads.
Right, it's a pain.
Mine popping off the mat.
But I still think it's worth it, but I wouldn't want to do this all the time. And I know some people, they just just all they do.
You know what?
Stuff like that.
To me, I would have did just the side of the leaf because that's where the opening is. I guess that's how I see it.
I tried it yesterday again because I hadn't tried that for a while. I didn't like how it looked.
You didn't like how
but
it
you know
looked?
what? That's up to you.
I
always
depends.
tell you, there's no right, there's no wrong. So you can see, I'm just going back and forth here on the back. That's all as it is. Just coming up and doing lines of beads. So yes, you can stick your finger in, or you can do it all, however.
So you didn't like it when it went by the side?
I didn't care for it, no. I didn't care for it, but you might. So if you do, then have a blast with it. You know, what I want to do, and I'm not going to have time today, is I want to try to take one of these ones that are finished and sacrifice if it needs be. And I want to put a thin layer of epoxy sculpt on the back and try to make a finished back so you don't see the wire. I don't know if it's going to work. It might look terrible. And then it might look good. If it looks good, then we've taken it to the next level.
Oh, Colleen said I still have my fuzzy mat from the workshop.
Yeah, they don't go bad.
No, that's true. You still get them good.
Unless they're mine, then I lose them.
Yeah.
Where did I put that thing? I was out in the garage looking for this today.
Oh, there's some at my area too. I think I had like 3 of those mats still there.
Yeah.
I remember you were doing a giveaway a long time ago. Maybe
yeah, I'm probably going to do it again. So I was thinking after I found these, I didn't have enough to really do a giveaway with them this time, or would have. But you guys know, we're doing the giveaway today. All you have to do is comment. So any of you that have already commented, you're already in.
Giveaway comment and giveaway chicken.
She's gotta have that chicken, I'll tell you what. See, that's crazy. I never really wanted BSue Boutiques to be associated with a rubber chicken.
It's okay. He's a cute one.
But I think it's my fault because I kept.
You kept him around.
I kept him. He was mine. I buy. I have a lot of doofy stuff down in the workshop.
Sorry, I was dying there.
So I'm like, it's my fault.
Oh man,
it's my fault.
He's cute.
Yeah, I got T-shirt. And
not as cute as a kitty cat, but
I got all that stuff from Spring, who makes them for us.
Ooh, we should make a kitty cat charm and decorate it and then put it for a T-shirt. Yeah.
Why not?
I have to decorate it
Why
first.
Why not? Anybody have any comments? Are you bored to death?
Hello from Ohio. Yeah, we're from Ohio.
Yeah, we're from Ohio too, sweetie.
Woohoo!
What part of Ohio?
Yeah. I don't know how to say your name either. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm slow at this. It's not something I do every day. I used to do it a lot, but that was a long time ago. And
it's okay. You guys got to take your time.
I don't do it every day. And,
it takes a lot of
all
practice.
I care is it comes out like it's good enough that I can do something with it at the end. Yeah, these would be so much better if I could work right.
See, I have never done that yet. I have done like bracelets, but not seed beads. I kind of hate that.
It's just, from the Build-A-Line, any of you guys that have taken the Build-A-Line with me, which I'm not teaching it anymore, at least not for now. I always stressed, to be cost effective. And if you're making something that's got too much time in it, then if you can get the money for it, woohoo, do it. But if you're trying to sell stuff and make money, you can't really do stuff that takes all day and all night,
Oh, she's from Youngstown, Ohio.
You're kidding me.
We're like only 30
You're
minutes
kidding
away.
me. We're not even that.
Not even.
My husband works at the hospital. Works in a boiler room at the hospital up there.
Debbie says, I think I'm going to try doing a leaf or 2. I could sew.
Yeah.
I'd definitely do it.
That's all as it is,
Take your time.
And most people know how to sew a little bit, at least.
I don't know. I'd probably go beyond that. I'd like to go like on a heart or something. With
Go what?
sea beads.
What would you want to do?
A heart with sea beads on
Why
it.
not?
I don't know. I just...
Here.
Something. Hey, I got something to do. Sweet.
Knock yourself out.
This is awesome.
Yeah, in January, I'm going to do a day class with this, which means it won't cost as much because it's only one day.
One day
It won't be such a hassle for you to come back and remember, mark your calendar, and I can't come that day and I miss it, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be one day. Morning and afternoon. And it's going to be one project.
And
probably.
Of course it's going to be, if you didn't make it, you could still come
You
and see
could still come see it anyway. It's going to be one project that would probably be way too lengthy to do in a YouTube video. It just takes too long. Or maybe we'll do two, just depending. I'm trying to work it all out. I have one in mind that you will love, love, love. That's a design that I used to do like 20 years ago, and I sold every last one I ever made, and it's fun, and it's going to be good for this.
I have another question.
You have a question.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Are you doing like by two, like at the bottom, when you started it, you did it by 2 or 3, and you just go up and
it
add
just
it
graduated. Yeah, you can look. I did 2 to begin with. Now, when I used these guys, I only did 1.
Okay.
You use less of them, but it's just so pesky, it drives me nuts.
Okay, so you started with 2, and then you 3, 4, and so on. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. What was the...
Yeah, I am a totally intermediate, jewelry maker. I just like doing outside the box type stuff. And one thing about what I do is I try to do it well. But as far as doing the real advanced things, I never had the opportunity to do this for a hobby, ever. I always had to make money. So I had to be able to, do stuff I could finish within a couple of hours max. So, but, how do you learn? Sometimes you learn the best from doing some hard stuff. Because you can learn principles and stuff from doing it that... I got too many on here. I think I need to take some on. Principles and stuff that try and get it tight. Or you'll have it wonky, which I'm already starting on wonky because I'm talking to you while I'm doing it.
You have to, tighten it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as, when you're wrapping wire with other wire.
So many things is the same. So I'm, saying, you can do one type of thing and say, I appreciated that. Now, right what I'm going to do here, let me start talking. I'm going to take it and I'm going to twist it off a little bit because that keeps it kind of together, okay? So I'm going to put this across here. Now, some house leaves I've seen, it probably just depended on the beater that they used because, they had ladies sitting all around tables all over the room doing this. It was never just one person doing it. It was gobs of people doing it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And same way as in 1928, it was never one person doing everything. You never get anything done like that, really, if you're trying to if you're trying to produce. For us, we got ways to do a little bit of an assembly line way at home if we need to, but it's not like that. And they're trying to make hundreds.
Here's a question. Colleen said, when you push the wire back through, do you twist it off with the other wires?
I just did, but I don't do it every row. I don't find that's necessary, but every so often I do, and then that's, of course, I twist it off when I'm done too, and I'll be able to show you that today.
Well, she says, I think I do so if it breaks, you don't lose all your work.
That's true. Also, you have to be very careful you don't do it too tight, because if you do, it snaps. Because this isn't very heavy wire. People say, well, couldn't I use 24? Couldn't I use 26? Hey, go ahead, try.
Yeah, you guys can try.
Why not?
Gauges.
I prefer 28 because it just seems the best to me, because it is delicate work. You don't want to use big, heavy wire on that, Okay, I think I got enough there, so I'm going to move this guy up. Yeah, I was paying more attention last night to what I was doing, but I was watching TV. I watched some Downton Abbey again. I'm on my 13th time going through that. I keep saying, till I'm done, I'll be able to talk with a Northern England / Scotch accent. Anywho. I watched that for a while. Then I watched a documentary about ZZ Top, which I'm not sure why I did, but I did. I like ZZ Top? Yes, you don't even know who that is.
No, I have no idea who that is.
ZZ Top.
Hello, Susan!
Susan. Oh, hey!
Whoops, I should put
How you
on the
doing,
screen.
Susan? But see, I want to stop a minute and show you how this is coming along. It's not coming along too bad. You know, when you go and you see the old pieces, like look at them on Pinterest and look at them real close, you'll see they are not all even. No, they're not. And handmade's not like that. You just get it the best you can. You know, just get it the best you can.
The best you can.
And that will be fine.
That is the way to go.
But when I was looking at all this other stuff people do, and I'm like, this is baby stuff compared to that. So we don't have to get all and I'll never be able to do it. That's my point, you know. It's okay to and work. It's nice work, but I'm just saying it doesn't mean yours won't be you know. Yours might be fantastic. I'm just saying don't let it, intimidate you. Because it's wonderful, but when you have that brass base to work with, it makes it a lot easier than when they're working with nothing. There's nothing on the back. Or maybe a loom. They're using a loom. I don't know what.
From downtown to ZZ Top. That's.
Yeah, that's eclectic. Yeah, from Downton to ZZ Top. You better believe it. It's just I have been watching Downton so much over and over again, and I don't mind because it's long. So you always feel like you're seeing something different, and I always see something I missed. So I kind of like it. I'll probably be sick of it pretty soon.
Yep, she's working with wire, Susan.
Yep, 28 gauge gold-plated wire. Then what I watched after that is do you remember that movie, Life as We Know It? I think it's like 10, 12 years old. It had Katherine Heigl in it and Josh Duhamel, and their friends died and they inherited their baby.
Oh, yeah.
And they had to decide what they're going to do because he was disgusting and she was more elegant. And know what they're going to do, and the poor old baby. They didn't know what to do with the baby, and it was something.
I'll take it.
So you take the baby.
They're so cute.
Yeah, they're cute, but they puke up and
who cares?
go poo.
I like
Well, I tell you, that wouldn't stop me from having a baby if I could have a baby.
They're so cute.
Of course, my baby days are
Okay,
over.
when they grow up and then they come in stubborn.
That's true.
Back, then I'll be
Now this,
good.
if you want to see here, I could have done this a little tighter down here. In fact, if I was going to keep that, well, no, I got ways to fake it. I've got ways I can come up in there and add a bead, and it doesn't look so bad. And that's just the stuff you figure out as you go along.
Do you do that later? You add the bead?
I just come back with another piece and put it in there. But, it's stuff you do as you go along. You learn it. If it's just like when I learned to do assemblies, and my first ones were horrible, and I'm like, but I just challenged myself with each one I made to do different and better. So, anywho. And it's easier when you love what you're making, which I do love what I'm making here, so I love household jewelry. I wish I had collected it back when you could still afford it, but I didn't, so too bad for me.
It's okay.
My brooch I show everybody, I bought that for $50. I would have to wonder what that would go for now, but I've had it for a long time. Long time.
Long time ago.
I can still remember how the music used to make me smile. You didn't know that part, did you?
I don't know.
Yes, I'm working with wire. So that's why Javi's over there. She's on it, and she's going to town because she thinks she's Miss Wire. Well, she is more than me.
Well, I'm not going to town with it, but I'm trying to see what looks good,
That's just it. You have to
that's my
figure
issue.
it out. This is how I do these. This is simple stuff here, just a little bit time consuming, but the more you do it, like, if I had my druthers, I'd be working off the string here. This would be going so much faster. So much faster if I was working off
it's
the
like
string.
you need to put the beads before ahead of time and have a tape end or
Yeah.
something. That probably would work. Kind of neat, like a flower.
And you know what, guys? This is assemblage.
Yeah, this is
This
assemblage.
is assemblage. So many things are assemblage. And that's why, certain things I take to better than others because I I seem to, for the most part, understand, about assemblage. But this is assemblage, so, we'll still be doing assemblage when we do this in January. So there will be a kit for it. So you'll have the parts you need to just go ahead and do, And then, of course, we'll have more at the site. If you decide you like it and you want to do more, well, you'll know where you can get it. Or maybe you can get it on your own. What you won't get on your own is our brass and our GP, because nobody else has it.
Is this GP or?
But you can also do it with raw brass, and I'm going to tell you how.
I thought this was a 22 satin gold.
This is 22. Yeah, there's two ways to call it.
Oh, okay,
and it's
sorry.
been kind of confusing, like we talked about the other day, but you were busy filming. No, that wasn't you. That was Lauren.
Yeah, I wasn't here.
Yeah. 22 karat semi-matte gold dip. It's not plated. It's a dip. With light cinnamon antique. That's what the real name for it is. Okay?
Oh.
And we have 22 karat gold or something like that. I think we need to change the name of it just so it can be more precise. And some of it, the plater has gotten more antique on than others, so you can deal with that by just getting some burnt sienna paint and applying it and wiping it off, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I mean, you got to. I put too many.
Okay,
I got a kink on it.
had
I hate it when I get a kink on the front.
Oh, Darcy, do you think that could work as an earring dangle, or do you think ladies' hair gets caught on it?
Yeah, would get caught. So that's what I want to do, Darcy, is I want to put a thin layer of epoxy sculpt on the back and see what happens. Because, like this, it's going to have to go in a necklace that has a backing on it, or a brooch, or maybe a bracelet that has a backing on it. But, I mean, Haskell made lots of earrings, but they had to do it a different way for that because it wouldn't work so hot for that. Yes, it would get caught. This is a very good question, by the way. If they have a left and a right of the leaves, you could use another. No, it won't work. I tried, Colleen. I'll see if I got two so I can show you.
It won't work?
No.
Like to really?
No. Listen, well, you know what? Wait.
I thought that
No,
would work.
you're right. I was trying the same one.
Yeah.
That's why. No, it would work. But it's still clumsy. They're still not quite the same.
I think I need more pearls.
You know what? To know for sure, I'd have to wire it up. It's got so much to and fro on it. I don't know if you can see this. Because of the way it's bent, it doesn't want to go down flat. So it's going to want to slide and everything else. So, if you have the right and the left, you put it on, it will go, it won't go opposing ways and not look right. But because of the way it's bent, it's not going to work too good. I mean, you could get it to work, I suppose, if you want to sit there and mess with it. Or maybe you could bend it. I'm going to try later. If you have some, you can too, Colleen, but I don't think it's the best one. I think this is a better piece for, doing brooches and stuff like that. But all you got to do is, if you want some ideas on how you could bead with wire like this and make earrings, just go on Pinterest and look at the old jewelry. And some of the new, and you'll figure it out quick. That's where I get a lot of my inspiration. It used to be you had to wait till the next beadwork or bead and button or Stampington came out, That's old news now when that comes out because we have the internet and it's all over the place.
Literally.
Even on YouTube, there's all kinds of stuff. So
yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot.
We're on there.
Some of those ladies will be looking at me and saying, "Are you kidding?"
Denise
What a
said,
joke.
Can one glue a piece of leather on the back?
You could try it.
Why not?
Why not try it? Or you know what might be better is ultra suede because it's thinner. See, I got a space in here
I need more pearls
to push these over. Maybe I can push it over and make it work.
Let's go with me.
I'm always going back. I've got a little funky place. I'm going to have to apply something else in there.
Let me see. Maybe.
So, but, I know this is like watching paint dry, watching me do this, but, some are curious and they want to know.
Yeah. I mean, they have
So this
questions.
is just one component you're doing. This is not like, But by the time we do the class, I'll have my shipment from Japan, so we'll have some legit stuff to use, which is going to be awesome and make it even better. I have teardrops coming in. I'm so excited.
Ooh, teardrops of
Yeah, teardrops. They're little. They're little ones. Got teardrops coming in.
teardrops of like
Teardrop beads, pear-shaped beads.
oh yeah. I was waiting for those, Brenda.
Well, I've got some coming in too in just glass, but this is going to be...
I kind of wanted some.
Well, when they come in, you can get some. How's that?
Okay.
As I did buy them to sell, I didn't buy them to keep.
Yeah,
I'll have to move this over with my... I love this tool.
Yeah.
This is,
It's a
this
great
is
tool.
good for like clay and that. That's what I usually... But this is really good for beading too. I like it better than your typical awl that they give you. It's just, it's got a really nice fine pointy point. Pointy point. See, this
Yeah,
is,
so you can move the stuff.
see, I went around the side on this too. That was dumb. But I'll compensate for that later. I just basically wanted to show you, how I get this stuff on here and how it works, and then the twist off, because that's how you finish it, so it won't come off. And then after that, it's up to you guys to play around with it. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If you don't have any of this stuff, of course, I would love for you to buy it from me. But I also realize that maybe you want to try it first. So today I'm going to make some little tiny kits.
Kids.
And they're going to have a little bit of seed beads in them, a little bit of 28 gauge wire, and a couple of these leaves. So it's not going to be a lot to it, But it's going to be what you need to sit there and mess around with it without, putting a big investment in. So whoever wins the drawing today will get one of those, of course. And then after that, if you spend $35 or more this weekend, today or this weekend, then I'll give you one until I run out, which I probably won't. Because I'm not going to give you the Russian gold plated leaf. I'm going to give you raw brass because I have a lot of them. I don't have as many of the Russian gold plate, and I have to send another order in, and it takes them 5 to 6 weeks to make them, so I don't want to run out of those. So if you want the Russian gold plated ones, you're going to have to buy those, but I have raw brass ones too. And what you can do, so that it doesn't tarnish, is just seal it first,
Yeah.
Give it a light hit with some Krylon, and you're fine.
Could you use the Swallow Clear seal if they
Yeah,
wanted
you
to?
could do that too.
Okay.
It's just, I like doing it the other way because it's fast.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out why this is wonky and loose. What did I do? What did you do? Now, here's a little trick I'm going to show you guys. Let's see if I can do this one. If you get, some and it's, loose, here's it's a little bit loose. It's wonky and loose. I have to find the wire for that and then just kink the wire a little bit. See I'm doing? Just take and kink it a little bit. Not be careful because you don't want to break it. See how it straightened that right out? It's not so loose now. So you just take it and you just kink it. I'll do it again so you can see.
Bring it down a little bit.
Yeah. And then it's pretty good. Oh, in fact, it might even be too tight. Just press it down with your finger.
Susan said was just going to ask about a kit.
You're just going to ask, well, you can get a simple little free kit that's going to have some seed beads in it. Some of these very ones I'm using, because I got a whole bag full of them. And, maybe a couple of feet of this wire. And a couple of the raw brass caging leaves. So you can just practice. You could sit there and go find ZZ Top and watch it. Or Downton. Or one of them. I wanted to watch that movie Rebecca again, which I've only watched that about 12 times now. But it looks like they took it off of Netflix. I'm going to have to go look. Did they?
Yep, they usually take stuff off.
It was on the other day, but they took it off. So.
They'll take stuff off after a while.
Yeah, I love them. I love that Rebecca that's new that has Lily James in it. That's a good one.
This is a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a very good one.
He always wear that weird suit, though. Did you notice that, Javi?
What weird suit?
What's this guy's name? Army Hammer or something? I guess he's some kind of weirdo, but he's very handsome. Anyway, good actor. Anyway, but they have him wearing this suit in Rebecca. He wears it all the time. He never changes his suit. And it's yellow, like harvest gold.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, boy, people going to know you didn't change your suit, right? You wear that color.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's like every day he has had that stupid harvest gold suit on. I didn't like that, but other than that, it was pretty good. Pretty good.
Must have never paid attention on that part.
Yeah, well, if you ever see it again, you'll notice it right away. See, he wears it the whole time.
Which guy wears it?
The guy that, like, what's his name, Maxim de Winter? That character? The guy that falls in love with the Rebecca?
Oh.
Him? But he's mean. He's a mean guy. And she doesn't know it because he's nice to her at first. Isn't that the way it goes? They're always nice at first.
Isn't that every man?
Then you see.
I'm just joking.
You see. Well, Rob never fooled you about nothing.
I don't know. Something about cooking, but that's pretty much it.
Cooking.
Cooking, because he ate my mother's cooking and stuff like that.
So you
and I'm like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to be cooking, yeah.
Now you don't like it.
He's like, I don't like that.
Really? Robbie was never...
Thank you
The only thing Robbie wouldn't eat was the
years.
time I made chili and put the cactus nopales in it. And he's like looking at us, what did you do? I said, what's another way to make... Oh, no, not for me.
Oh, man. No, he's just picky on certain foods. I didn't think he was a picky one.
Well, his dad's terrible. His dad's
you know what? My mom fed us. She gave us what we got. Okay.
Eat it or starve.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
you both raised... Susan says she likes ZZ Top. Hi, Christine. How you doing? So glad you joined us.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Yes.
You guys are the best.
Yeah. We have to sit here and do this all by our little selves.
Ourselves. Hi, friends.
So it's taken already.
Yay.
It's taken almost an hour to do one leaf. I definitely got to get my game up, but I just wanted to get it really good so you guys could see.
Yeah, we've been on for almost an hour.
I might have to take one off.
You're good.
So I had a couple other things I wanted to tell you before we sign off. But this is, what you see me do, this is basically it. You just have to do it and develop your own technique. Just watch out for kinking the wire. You don't want to kink the wire because that makes it hard. And, I thought I had a hole here because it was coming over to the side, but I saw it just needed pushed over. So, but what I would do to add some beads, like right in here, I might add one, is you just bring the wire up, add one or two little beads, pull it down, then twist it off. And when you twist it off, you can't just twist it and cut it, because no. It'll either stick out or it will catch, that kind of, you have to twist off. So I'm going to show you now how to twist it off. So I've pretty much got it coated. Let me lay this down so you can see. I pretty much got done. The only thing I don't like here is right in here. These didn't go all the way over. I might try and mess with them a little bit before I add anything. But I'm probably going to have to put right in here little beads. Just take the little piece of wire it in there, twist it off, and curl it. So now we're going to do that. This is how it goes, so you guys will know how to finish it up. I'm not making the loop, to hang it for this one. Oh, you know what the hey, I only need 5 beads. Yeah, I'll do it. You guys might want to do that.
Yeah.
So as I do, now this one I probably need more like 7 or 8 because these beads are really little. I don't know, maybe I could do that kind of bead work with the chuck beads because they are much bigger. These are just so little. So little. Oh, and another thing I wanted to tell you guys about is if everything goes good, what does it say? What's that old phrase? Good Lord willing, the creek don't dry?
Yeah.
Next Friday we will be releasing the first box. Okay, it's going to be a fall colors box. I can't tell you everything about it yet because I don't know everything about it. Hubby's saying today, what are we going to do about this? What are we going to do? I said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do the best we can, because this week I got to start my Ruby Lane and a whole mess of other stuff. You're very welcome, Andrea. Thank you for visiting with us today.
Yeah, thank you for stopping
So
by.
I just put about 7, 8 beads on here, and I'm going to bring it up through another hole on the other side and see if I got enough. And I will take my awl and pull it. Nah, I need my finger. My finger's better. Yeah, that's enough. But I have to get it tight like this. See, I've got it tight.
Yeah.
I don't want any wires showing there. But I got just enough room I can get a jump through it. Okay, so now because I did that, I'm going to need another row going across.
The party has started. Gloria's here.
Gloria! Gloria!
Gloria.
Miss Gloria's here. I think Gloria was here that was at the thing, the workshop the year we did this.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
She likes to bead. She's a beater. She likes her semi-precious, which, speaking of which...
Oh yeah, we forgot to tell them.
Speaking of which, you guys are the first to know. Somebody said the other day, hey, when are you getting some new semi-precious? And I said, geez, I gave this whole big, me, I think I got to tell the world of everything, So I'm explaining, well, I got to pay this bill first, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, who cares? It just want to know if I'm getting somewhere. Well, let's go find out. So I figured, let me go see what I got. And I found out that there was still a lot of different things. And then some, Heavy started checking the inventory drawers, and she found some wasn't even on. It was in the drawer, not even listed. So she fixed that up. So I'm going to see if I can sell a little bit down, and then I'll get some.
Yeah.
I have one order in a cart somewhere, So, yes, I just kind of finished it off, and then I can hang it in the back. This does need another bead here, so I'm going to just go and do it. And then I'll twist it off and call it a day. But we're having 30% off all the semi-precious this weekend, and the code is SEMISTONE. SEMISTONE, all caps. Semi-stone, okay? Now, that will take 30% off just that. It won't take 30% off the other stuff on the site. So, if you just want to get semi, then that's fine. Oh, you have to have $40 worth of it, too. You won't get the discount unless you have $40 worth of it. But that's not hard to do, and that's not a high minimum either. So, if you do $40 worth of semi-precious beads on your order, it's going to give you 30% off.
Yeah, I just put it
of that only, that product
Woohoo,
only.
look at that.
Let me get it.
Woohoo, 30% off. Coupon
The
code SEMISTONE.
Now, if you want to get 25% off everything, we still have Get 25. GET, all caps, no spaces, and then 25. So, I just made a mess of that. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on that. It's going to take a little work, but I'll get it. So, anyway, you can still use that through this weekend and Monday, and then that's going to be that. I held it over. People kept asking me to hold it over because they didn't get their order in. I have to start November out with something else, but for the 1st of November, you still have. So you can still use that. You get $25 off of a cart of 100. And that's about as good as it gets around here because I can't do better than that and sell good stuff. If I was selling a lot of junk, then maybe I could do better, but good stuff is costly, so I can only do what I can do.
Well, I wanted to show my piece if you're still working
Well,
on that.
yeah, I'm going to do the twist off so you can show yours in a minute. Okay, to do the twist off, I still got to work with this over here, but I'll do that later. Here I've got my 2 wires, you see that? I've got a bead around the back. Here, let me see if I can push that up. That's not supposed to be there. You don't want to have any beads on the back.
Beads.
There we go. Got it. I'll fix that up later. I got ways of fixing that up. But anyway, so I'm going to take these 2, and I'm going to twist them tight. Not too tight, though. Do them too tight, and then you got a problem. Yeah, this is hanging off of it. We don't need that, but I can fix that later because we're getting late. So, okay, I can twist it off, and I go out half inch or an inch, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch, whatever you think. See, I got it here, and I'm going to cut it. No, not yet. Oh, yeah, I could use that. I didn't. Okay, so here's the twist off of. This is twisted. Now I'm going to take my pliers, And I'm going to just coil it.
Coil it up.
And I'm sure any number of you guys with a little practice can do this way better than me, and that's fine. I hope you do. It's a little bit hard for me, you know. I never went into the business of supply expecting I'd have to be a teacher too. And I don't know how to do everything, and I don't know how to do everything great, but I understand most everything. So I can kind of give you the first little bit of it, and then after that, you know, it's about teaching yourself in the long run. So you can see how I loop that, and I had it there, and then I used these flat nose pliers, and I squeezed it. Be careful you don't break any of your seed beads because they're glass. This can be pushed into here. I still got a little kink. I'll fix that later. But anyway, except for that, this came out pretty good. Just have to fix that later. So, and it's not too messy in the back. I mean, it's a little bit, but it's not too bad. If you can see that. This way?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
always that way.
yeah. I think you can see it better like that. It's not too bad. And then if you want to try and do the other leaf, because we do have them in left and right, if you want to try and do that over it, hey, knock yourself out and please show us. You know, for me it never worked out, and the reason is because it's kind of bumped up and twisted. It has dimension. Even if it is going the opposing way, it just doesn't seem to work that good for me, but it might work great for you. So, but yeah, I don't know how to do everything. I don't know how to do everything perfectly. I don't pretend to be, you know, a master at anything. All I can say is that I've made and sold a ridiculous amount of jewelry in my time. You know, that's why I don't have much around here. I mean, I have some to put on you, Ruby Lane, that I've been holding back, but I don't ever have much laying around here, even if I've made a bunch, because I sell it. You know, so it goes. But that says to me, that's the proof in the pudding. If you've done it well enough that people want to buy it with their hard-earned money, then it must be okay. So, anyways, but not perfect, but you get the drift. This really bugs me right here. I want to just take and snip that off, but
yeah,
no, don't do that. You know,
just push it back.
Yeah, I'll do that later. But you can see, you know, it's just got a little bit kinked in between here, and that's what did it.
Oh.
Yeah. So watch out for that kinky wire. Either stick your finger in there or get this. If you know, we still have these on the site, don't we?
Which one?
Pointy tool.
Yeah, we still do.
Yeah, we have them over by the epoxy sculpt stuff. Yeah.
Oh, it looks so good. I love it.
Anyway,
That's what
so yeah, but look at this, guys. Now that I'm looking at it online, what you got here is you got some little spaces. It kind of reminds me of an ear of corn where you have little spaces in it. There's a right in here, right in here,
yeah,
right in here, right in here. And that's because I didn't get enough on the strand and I didn't pull it tight enough. So that just shows you that's how that happened. So what you want to do is try and avoid that. Now what I'll do, these still move real good, these beads. So that shows there's way too much. See, there's a big space in there. So I'll take another piece of wire and just add a few. And then I'll probably take this off and then add it in there too, and it'll look fine until it's done. But that's why that happened, because you can see when I move them all over, the holes are disappearing, but I have too much space on the side. You see what I mean? So that's how that goes. Okay, so we have these leaves in raw brass and Russian gold plate, or the 22 karat semi-matte gold dip finish with light cinnamon antique. You don't even want the abbreviation for that.
Yeah, it's SG.
So, oh, that's cute. This is what Hubby did. That looks real cute. She used the Haskell pearls. Can you guys see it? Can you zip that up there? That's cute. That's real cute for just some accents, because you don't have to beat up the whole thing. You know, I mean, I did here, but I mean, I got to work on that. But this is cute as heck. And here's how she did it. She went around. You guys see it? She went around and she twisted off in the middle. Now you might, here's a thought, because this is dapped a little bit, you could probably take another one and wire it to the back.
That I did not know.
Yeah, you could probably do that. So that might be a thought.
So you don't have to only use it on leaves.
No, you can use all kinds of stuff. Anyway, I'm going to figure my project out really good and get it going good. Maybe make several of them so that, I'm really practiced up. And we're going to do this in January. I don't know what it will cost yet, but it's not going to be huge, huge money. It'll be one day in January, and there will be a kit that you can buy or not buy. If you have the stuff already, then whoopee-doo. If you don't, you can come buy the pieces you don't have on the site, or you can get the kit, okay? And then one last thing, because I didn't finish my thought on the kit. We want to do our first box, inspiration box, we're going to call them, starting Friday, November 5th, which is next Friday. Should be able to do that. I'll let you know as time goes along. If I don't get all my shipments in here the way I want them, then I may probably wait another week. And they're going to cost $50, but you will not be paying shipping. And they're going to be really nice. And you're going to be able to make several projects out of them. And I know some of these places have 1995 box and all that stuff, but when I look to see, they're giving you a couple of beading patterns and a handful of seed beads and a couple of focals. And I'm like, okay. But people don't come to me for that. They come to me for a project. They come to me for something of value. You guys know when you got the Muse boxes, they were just like jam-packed, ridiculous. I'm giving you as much as I can this time so that it's a win-win. Good for you, good for me. It has to be good for both of us or I can't do it. But I want to give you so that you can make several projects out of the box. It's going to be a nice box that you can label on the end, put it on a shelf, and you'll know month to month if you didn't get it done, what's in it. It's going to be nice. And so if I'm not able to make it the way I want it to by next weekend, then we're going to wait one more week and it'll come out the middle of Friday. And then the goal after that will be that it comes out the first Friday of every month. And then we'll have a video about it. So it'll be really nice. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. In fact, I have the stuff. I think I have most of the stuff I need to make the bead bag portion of it, because there'll be a bead bag in it. And today, and I'm excited to see how it's going to look. So, all right, you guys, you've been great. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Don't forget 2 things. If you put an order in for $35 up this weekend, I'll make you a little kit. And it's going to be some of these beads, and it's going to be some wire, and it's going to be a couple of these leaves. And it'll just be so you can practice. You don't have to spend nothing. Really. You had to spend $35 to get it, but you got other things too, So. And then if you want to do some semi-precious beads and get them for 30% off, and we have some nice ones. We have some labradorite. We have some moonstone. We have a lot of nice ones. A lot of nice beads in there. Come get them for 30% off by using semi-stone. All caps, no spaces. It's good starting now through Sunday night.
Yeah.
All right.
Up there
You have to have $40 worth of semi-precious stones for the code to work. If any problems, just get hold of me. We'll look into it and try to find out what's going on. We checked the code and it's working great. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys I'm so glad that you came, Cheryl. And you know what? Redoing your necklace. Remember, the whole thing is not hard. It's just pesky. You have to get used to the wire not kinking and, using the right kind of beads and all that stuff. So, anyway. Yeah, the heart's cute in it. Gloria, we got to do more of those. This would be cute with rose montes, which is another thing you find in Haskell beading. We'll talk about that later. All right. Thank you so much. You've been great. And we'll do this again very soon.